What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you have not subscribed yet, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're listening to this on the podcast platforms of iTunes and Spotify. And if you are listening/watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button. It's like hitting the light switch when you walk into a room. Just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this conversation. The Sussexes, Harry and Meghan. Okay, here we go again. There's always something, it seems, about them in the news, but I have spoken more about Meghan than I have about Harry because, to be honest, I don't really care that much about Harry. And Meghan, honestly, she only became interesting because she's married to who she's married to. Let's just be honest. Well, this story came out and it just made me question some things. And the story is from Cosmopolitan, and it says that this author is alleging that King Charles has made various threats to the Sussexes and warned them not to slander the royals. So the story is that Buckingham Palace could potentially strip Meghan Markle and Prince Harry of their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, depending on the contents of their upcoming Netflix series and Harry's memoir, Spare. Author and royal expert Tom Bauer says that tensions between the royals have reached their peak, and King Charles has made various threats. He has made various threats to Meghan and Harry and warned that if they go ahead and do these things, they will find themselves ostracized in a way they cannot believe. And so they are worried. And he added that Archie and Lilibet may not get titles if the Sussexes slander the royal family, and that Meghan and Harry have got to consider their own titles. And look, I don't know a whole lot about the royal family. I just have read some things here and there, seen some things in passing. I don't understand it all, but I know there are definitely some deep things. And I'm sure there's some deep, dark secrets, as well as there's some things that are just like vanity titles and things like that. But all in all, it all boils down to money. And when you see everything going on in the world today, I don't really think most people care at the end of it all so much about Harry and Meghan and if they're going to get titles and if their children are going to get titles or not. And I believe when Queen Elizabeth passed away and they decided to go over there to attend the funeral, there were some talks that were had, and Meghan wasn't really well received, and King Charles didn't want to have a discussion with her and everything like that. And so Meghan, she has this podcast now, and she's doing a lot of what she does, which is complaining. I've talked about that before. And with this docuseries that's going to be coming out on Netflix, listen, we live in a salacious world where people want to get the juice, they want to get the dirt, they want to get the details. So that's what this is all about. So I guess they definitely will be ostracized. But I guess my thought process behind all of this is, why do they even care? Because I really thought that they didn't care that much when they decided to leave the royal family and come to the U.S. Because it sounds like to me they didn't really leave it all behind. It sounds as if to me that more so Meghan than Harry, because I believe Harry is whipped. And hey, if he wants to be whipped, by all means, I don't have anything against a man that wants to be whipped. But in my opinion, it seems to me that Meghan is the one that wanted the best of both worlds. She wanted to live like this princess lifestyle and wanted to have the freedoms that she was used to having, but that's just not the way it works being in that family. And she should have done her research before she chose to go into that. She went into it eyes wide shut, in essence, and then didn't really give it that much time. And I believe she tried to use race as a means to an out, to try to make it seem as if it was just so horrible for her that she just couldn't really take it anymore. And I am not saying it's okay for anyone to be racist against anyone, but I am sure that even though she was getting the news headlines and the tabloid headlines and all of those different things, she hasn't been in worse situations than others that actually have darker skin and don't have the privileges that she had. So I can't feel sorry for her or them in that essence. I can't. So apparently the title of Prince Harry's book called Spare is getting a lot of the royals heated and ruffling their feathers because I guess it's like a loaded title, and they're like, okay, what does that mean? Or you're the spare, like you're not important, you're just ready to be used if necessary, but otherwise we don't really need you. And that's kind of what it is, because if it would take his dad, Prince William, and all of Prince William's male and female, I believe, children to not be here anymore, and Prince Harry to still be alive in order for him to take the throne, I believe. It could be other people before him, because I don't really know how all of that falls. I don't know if I guess Prince William's wife, Kate, would not be able to be like the successor. I don't know. I don't really know how all of that works. I'm assuming. But yeah, he kind of is a spare. So I don't have a problem with him naming his book that, but for them to be getting nervous and scared and all of those things because the royal family is in a tizzy and they don't want to lose their titles. Well, what did you think was going to happen when you decided to leave the royal family and come to the U.S.? I thought you were willing to risk it all for the sake of this new life in the U.S. and just living life by your own terms. That's what I thought. So it makes me wonder, does Prince Harry even really want to do this? Or is he just feeling like his hand is being forced because of the woman that he is married to that I'm assuming he loves? I don't know, guys. You can let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. But to me, it's like that old saying, this is not a threat, it's a promise. I don't think King Charles is making threats. It sounds like to me he's making promises. So he's just waiting for Prince Harry and Meghan to show their hand to let him know how he needs to handle the cards that he's dealt. So to me, it doesn't sound like it's a threat. It sounds like it's a promise. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.